but like run away and get you with like the bristle spam while you're chasing him. They might actually be able to like, you can basically threaten 4 or 5 stacks and then Fisher block them.
Yeah, that's an interesting way to go about it. I guess you don't have to like.
Kotl will have blinding light too.
You don't have to like cripple the bristle. Right? Your goal is just slow him down so he's not free farming.
Quankfa has been an absolute beast, though, I have to say. Like, as someone who kind of came in a little bit late to the Dota scene, like I didn't really start watching a lot of competitive Dota until like 2012, 2013. Quankfa was one of those guys that was almost considered like on the downslope, like shortly after I started watching. Like he was still kind of like this big star, and then Team Tinker happened, and then the Mao's rosters, and then it was just like, oh, Quankfa's washed up. That was kind of the story, you know?
God, I remember Team Tinker 2014. Shout out to back in the day.
But now, Quankfa has just been absolutely insane the past couple of weeks. Like, crazy good. He's winning all his matchups. He's absolutely crushing mid. Like, he looks like a Sumail or a Noah. Like, he looks like, if you'd never seen him, that he's some new crazy pub star or something. I think he's just been working, like, super hard on those matchups.
I've heard from multiple players that he's a great teammate. Like, his ability to not rage and stay cool, calm, and collected. Like, he's a fun player to play with that has a generally positive mentality.
He's also very tall and intimidating, so you don't want to rage at him.
That's true. That is true. He is a larger fellow. It's a big frame. He likes slacks. He's big.
Cartoonishly large.
Cartoonishly large.
That's the Slacks' definition if I had to describe the size of Slacks.
It's my favorite picture ever taken is me and Slacks walking into the Frankfurt arena that somebody took behind us, and he's like twice my size. It's like a baby and this giant walking into this big arena. It's something magical.
That's 4 stacks. And they have the Fisher. They're going for it.
All right, here we go. Oh, the blind arches. They block him out up to stick now. I don't think Saberlight's going to live. It's going to be so close. They're going to find the kill. Mid-game goes down.
You've just achieved first blood. Thanks and have fun.
Wow. That is like a coin flip of a matchup, dude. If I ever see this matchup again, like, it is completely dependent on how it plays out.
Yeah.
Like, if
you can tell
Saberlight blinding light.
Was like manning up and he sees the next quills. He's like, okay, it's coming. Am I going to survive this tick? Am I going to survive this tick? He's even got the ring of protection, which was probably enough to keep him alive. Like that.
Well, what else is crazy is that's before the Bristleback, right? He didn't even have like the passive shootout coming either.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, he went viscous goo and no passive. Okay. Yeah, that's the farce of Bristleback. Mentally getting over that block of thinking that you're tanky before you have Bristleback maxed out. Takes some training.
Oh, I don't know, Saberlight.
Dude, this is so wild. What a matchup this is.
Even so,
I don't want to look anywhere else.
I've been checking out the mid, and you are right about Quankfa here. The Queen of Pain dominating the Ember right now. Skipping Blink altogether, holding a point at level 4, but 2 points in Shadow Strike right now, able to pressure Supreme pretty effectively.
Yeah, Supreme's doing pretty well. Like, he's got decent assets, but he's going to have to invest more in regen, you would imagine. Although he went for the really early bottle. We do not see that very often.
No.
Like, that's already used up before the 4-minute mark. It's good as long as he gets it, but if he doesn't get this 4-minute rune, this is going to be a pretty disastrous investment.
Yeah, the 4-minute flip is coming up here.
Well, how do you get the rune versus Queen of Pain, too?
If anybody rotates.
Yeah, I'm really surprised he got it then.
My first thought was like, oh, bottle against Quap. This is great. They'll get rune control, and then they'll deny the runes from her, and he'll have all this regen. But you're right. How do you ever beat her to the runes, especially without searing chains?
That's how. They've committed the Earthshaker bottom. Quankfa sees him, and so Quankfa's just like, all right, well, what can you do?
All right, and the rune is bottom. It's a haste secured by Era for now. And Supreme actually TP's back to the tier 1. The Koikster is going to have to let this first one go thanks to the rotation from Era.
Yeah. Now, I wonder if Era's going to key into the fact that they must have a ward. Otherwise, Quankfa could have like went for that, right?
Well, maybe. I mean, the Shaker had been showing bottom, and then he leaves mysteriously around 4 minutes. It's probably not hard for Quankfa to deduce where he's going, even without a warrior. Yeah. I don't know if it gives that much intel. Bottom again. Here we go. The block out. 4 stacks now. Saberlight knocks it back with a flame break, gets blinded, and now up to 5 stacks. This one's going to be close. Saberlight, though, should have the damage. One more throw would have brought him down, but even 3 stacks onto the combo. They're looking for more.
He's got the blight stone.
Light fades.
Oh, no,
Radiant structures are fortified.
It was a big time.
Oh, wait. The second shot, though.
No way. No way.
Now he's got him.
Not enough, though.
Worthy tribute.
Every coin helps.
Radiant's middle
One more
tower is
weedy
under
dude,
attack.
you know? He just needed a little bigger breakfast.
Never refuse gold given.
Well, a little misplay from the Bat Rider. Gives one over to Insania.
This bottom lane is so fun. I'm thoroughly enjoying this.
I mean, it's working, though. 2 kills on the Bristle. That's certainly something in 5 minutes.
Oh, that ward's just dying and Ty's gonna get spotted leaving there. So they're probably gonna know there's a ward somewhere in this vicinity. Especially when they leave like that. That one kind of gives away the between the tower ward. But that's very easy to say from my perspective.
So what's been happening in the top lane?
Yeah, I
you
don't
can't
know.
imagine we've looked at. Oh, Bristle again. Just as I look away, Saberlight sets up another dive.
Radiant are scanning.
Wow,
Oh,
dude,
and tips them.
this fissure, though. I mean, you were totally right. This is what tips the scales.
They must be pretty good angles because it sounds like it's going to be like completely broken, but a lot of times they just like start cutting through a lot.
Radiant's
And
top
you think
tower
Fisher's
is
like
under
the end all
attack.
be all in the laning stage, but then they just like cut a couple trees.
Now
But
top
they don't
lane.
have a Quelling Blade on Mickey.
Yeah. Oh, that was so close.
Like, I wonder how many times Quelling Blade would have saved him.
Well, so it's not just the fissure, it's the way they're comboing it also with the flame break.
Dire's structures
On that
are
last kill, that was
fortified.
exactly what did it. He almost wrapped around the fissure and Saberlight knocked him back to like the exact spot to where he started in the middle of the fissure. So you just got no angle to retreat.
Yeah. Mickey's just gone to the small camp now. And look at
It's also
the ward.
the turn rate. Oh,
But wow, they double warded here from NIP. That's very interesting. Both of the pillars. So what are they trying to protect there? Basically this whole jungle. They want to stop the stacking on the ancients. That's probably what this is all about,
Dire's
right?
middle tower
Yeah,
is
They
under
know that
attack.
this is where Mickey wants to farm.
I mean, you mentioned the Bristle really accelerates from the stack game. And there's already a stack there.
That's why I like Razor so much, because you can actually contest the ancient stacks. You can like steal them with
And he's dead. Great ult from Quinn.
about?
I was gonna say the Shaker just kind of said, "Hey, Mickey, I'm here," and they reacted without a moment's hesitation. As I think that's a free kill on the Shaker.
I think a lot of Queen of Pains would not have cast that ulti, because I didn't think it was going to get the kill. And then you really don't want to waste that first ulti. So good call from
Dire's
Quick
courier has been
Saberlight
killed.
is now level 6 though. Level 4 on Mickey. Just now dings 5.
And Bat Rider pretty much the only hero that still goes for bots.
Flames will spread
I was a
thrice.
little unsure of the bots build still with all the nerfs and everything. I wasn't sure it was still worth it, but you start watching these Bat Rider gains and it's just too good with the movement speed bonus that he gets, because it's a percent-based movement speed that you get from the Firefly. So then you just get this giant flat boost from the Boots of Travel, and it's just
Yeah.
gross. Like, you're so fast when you Firefly with these things.
And having half cooldown TPs is certainly a nice
Radiant's
bonus on top
middle
of that.
tower is under attack.
So now some pressure mid-tier 1 from NIP.
I will say for now, maybe a hashtag Slacks was right, because Taiga is currently 0-0-0. Missed the kill on the bottom lane. Oh, that was cute. Did you see what he just did?
Oh, I saw the power shot. Was that?
He's power shotting by the ward to cut more trees to make the ward better.
Oh. Okay, all right. That's a little some.
Oh, your stacks though.
Here we got a creep
this
hole.
is very bad.
Supreme wants to clean this up.
These are Bristles creeps. Go away.
This is some value farming right now. Yeah,
Oh, dude, this is so bad.
I mean, there aren't many 4s that could stop this, but Taiga's just kind of watching like, hey, guys, I got a shackle if you want to try something. But, yep, creeps are dead. And now they're just going to walk away.
Quagmire has Sonic Wave in like 3 seconds. Oh, dude, shackle him, Taiga. Oh my god, if he didn't power shot, he could shackle that range creep and they could Sonic Wave.
Ah, what could have been.
Oh, I wanted it so bad.
Yeah, having an extra root against the Queen of Pain isn't so bad either. You know, like the Fortune's End on Oracle. It's just one more thing that's annoying for Koikpa.
Oh, 10 minutes. Yeah, everyone pile on. Wow, I've never seen it spin that fast.
So Era thought he was ready to interrupt it. He was just like, what? They captured it like in the time it took Shaker to raise his totem to slam the fissure.
Yeah, that thing was spinning like wild. It was like a UFO up there.
But is
Dude,
that
Charlie's still back in here. Dude, this is so good by enemy. They have crushed this Bristleback.
Is that
He's
4
so
runes
sad.
for the Dire? Am I crazy?
What?
Dire's top tower
For
is under
NIP there,
attack.
son.
It's a dead coddle.
And killing Sadia. Saberlight once again. This Bat Rider having an incredible game so far. 10 minutes, #1 on net worth. This is the kind of start you want with your Bat Rider. It's so nice when you can get a couple early
Radiant's
kills,
middle
and then that
tower
opens
is
up
under
your support
attack.
to go move around, and you've got this experience lead, so you can
Radiant
actually handle the
structures
lane
are
by yourself.
fortified.
They found that perfect middle ground for NIP this game in that offense.
Look what's happening up top here with this catapult. It's actually being blocked from going under the tower by the enemy catapult because of the way Boxy pulled the wave, which is going to save it for the next push.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's
So this
bottom
Nico's
tower
trying to
is under
solo
attack.
it. It's like, I got to pull the wave so the tower kills the catapult, but Boxy's going to tank the tower instead. The catapult lives on.
All right, Boxy's got that maxed out retaliate.
Oh, Suneko's dead, dude. Dude, pro players love their catapults.
Radiant's bottom
So
tower
much.
is under attack.
Is he just going to live? Is he fine? Am I wrong?
No, what? Oh, Koikpa, he's in, he's out, he's in.
Dire's
he's out.
structures are
He's
fortified.
in.
Radiant's bottom
No
tower
false
is
promise,
under
of course,
attack.
but 2 quick TPs there. Koikpa blinked in. He just blinked. That's a
Dire's
level
top
1
tower
push, and I
is
think
under
they know
attack.
it. Reaper Sight gonna come out, and the Koikster gets put 6 feet under. Oh no, now Boxy. Searing Chains, still on cooldown. Mid-gaze here. This is the full rotation out of Liquid. Battis comes down, trying to find some kills, but Supreme just remnants away. Charlie does have some stick charges. Of course, no ulti. Suneko without a false promise will get brought down. Centaur Stampede to try to secure things here. Oh, red tower on to Charlie, but Saberlight has made
Radiant's
the
bottom
rotation.
tower
Got that
is
tier
under
1
attack.
bottom. Knocks the last one to Centaur.
Dire's
Echo Slam for 1 more, and now the Bristle gets killed as well. A big turn for NIP and not what Liquid were hoping for. Saberlight wants even more. NFTs, he is fast. A nice shackle, but probably not enough to save Insane.
Killing spree.
That's 4 down now for Liquid.
Saberlight's a cowboy, dude. He lassoed him right into an Echo Slam. The alley-oop setup.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
All off of a dive, man. They were so ready for that TP. I thought they were just gonna like shadow strike him and force him to Fortune's End, and then like walk at him. But the blink cutoff was a very risky play from Koikpa.
Yeah, it's like as soon as he blinked, you saw those TPs just like, oh,
of
we got him, boys.
invisibility.
Great bait there, Oracle.
I wonder
And,
if he thought Boxy would like ultimate or something.
That tier 1 in the bottom lane before he TP'd. So really good discipline there not to like snap TP right away and still get an extra objective for the team and also play cleanup. Now Supreme, invisibility rune. He sees the Koikster. They're starting to set up. They've got him in their sights. The sniper rifle's engaged, but do they have the damage? Negative.
And that was a bit risky without lasso. Well, Supreme has 3 remnants though, so.
Yeah, it's like a low-level Searing Chain, so you don't have that duration. A tall order. I'm also a little worried for Liquid because, you know, all things equal, I don't think they really win the late game. Now, you're going to play the momentum on this Bristleback, but Necro, Ember, Spirit, Bat, they will outscale you. So NIP are in a great spot now where they're winning this early game and they don't have a huge amount of pressure to like force kills or keep up this momentum. The pressure is definitely going to be on
Radiant's
Liquid
middle
moving
tower
forward.
is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Still pretty good right now. Although the Bristle is catching up. He's now top of the Radiant Heroes.
Koikpa again used his blink, but they can't close the gap. Koikpa is playing a very kind of risky style this game, especially given that his farm isn't amazing, like no Yule's Scepter yet.
They definitely need this tower though. It's taking them so long to
Radiant's
take it just
middle
by
tower
being so far
has
ahead.
fallen.
Like in terms of the like the map movements and the control over the bottom half of the map. Surprised it took that long to get that middle tower. But this should help cut off a lot of that jungle from Mickey. And Insania is just following him everywhere, which is keeping Insania's levels very high. He's level 8 right now on that Keep of the Light compared to level 6 on Oracle's Seneko.
It's pretty nice.
Insania's talked a lot about Seneko recently. He thinks he's like the best position 5 right now. Thinks he's been playing incredibly well. And if you watch a lot of Seneko's game, he seriously has been popping off in a ton of them.
I mean, Seneko's always had a reputation as a scary roamer. I remember right when he started breaking onto the scene, that statistic about how much distance heroes cover, and he was consistently always covering more distance than anyone else, kind of regardless of hero.
So Era just popped their smoke, moving through there, and then everyone pinged each other, and now they're just rushing top. So Saberlight's out, he's going bottom, and Era has a blink dagger. Oh, hello, Yapsor.
Radiant's middle tower
That's
is
the
under
same time as
attack.
back gets. I mean, as bad as Boots of Travel, but still. I didn't think Era was that farmed. He only has 15 last sets. He just has only died once and has been fairly involved in 6 of the 8 kills.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Right, invasion from Liquid. Nice
This
ward
is
coverage.
pretty good considering Mickey got the tower hit, and his whole team is playing the Vanguard right now. Like they're way in the way of any movement from NIP.
Radiant's
and it's giving
middle
full waves
tower
over the
is under
Bristleback.
attack.
You have to get him off the ground, you know? He's still not that tanky and
Dire's
terrifying.
top tower is under attack.
The gold lead kind of plateaued now, still holding steady at 3K for NIP. Now the smoke.
Dire's
Looking
top
for this
tower
blink dagger
is under
reveal.
attack.
Boxy gonna head east. And we bump into Taiga. 0-0 and 1 Wind Ranger.
My arrow, why?
Instantly blinks over him, but can't find anyone else.
Not feeling the impact of this position 4 Wind Ranger.
Slacks is pleased.
Sure is.
Man, this game would be so much easier if they had any tower push.
I can't believe that video was 28 minutes long. I saw the script for that video. I was like, all right, cool. This will be like a nice 5-6 minute piece. I thought it was a
once
joke.
he gets going.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Down bottom. They're gonna jump in onto Mickey, and they'll block him out with a picture. Now Boxy counter initiates and
Saberlight. I love Saberlight so much. He's like my favorite player to watch. This guy's insane.
Well, he gets put down there. Revenant away.
of regeneration.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Boxy's still pursuing. Charlie does have a Blade Mail and a Reaper's Sight trying to get to Boxy, but he's too slow. TP out from Seneko. A very awkward fight for NIP, and I think Charlie is going to end up being left behind. Reaper's Sight not going to be enough to kill Arrow, but no savior though. Era does find that kill on the Boxy. Does cost Charlie his life, and also Seneko. And now Supreme's on the run. It's a messy fight, and ends up working out okay for
Dude,
Liquid.
Era's lurking, but he's under a ward. He might die for this.
Quap's so bad.
Man, that was sick. Boxy jumped onto Era, and he just echoed him before he could hoof stomp. He was so ready for that. Oh, Era gets clicked.
Oh, Lasso, they actually come back in for more. Saberlight's crazy. Sania might burn down, and there is enough damage to Fisher just enough.
To a crit.
That makes it a 2 for 2. Still an advantage for Liquid, though.
Oh, let's pass 17 minutes, guys. Go start hitting some creeps. Okay, where's this mango tree from the Dire? Am I crazy? Because I don't see it. And I don't think they ever placed it. I think it's just in their stash. Gotta get those mangoes out, dude. Ember has an empty slot. That could be mangoes. Do you know how good mangoes are on Batrider? Swap those
darn
things
good.
in, farm like crazy. Oh, look at the stack that Saberlight's getting right now. Oh, yeah. That's really, he's got that stack. He just farmed up the hard camp over there, which was also stacked. He's thinking about the Yules, is he?
Radiant are
I don't know, I just
scanning.
wanted a BKB.
honest, it's turning into one of these weird new age games where I kind of felt like NIP should be pulling further ahead by now because this Bristle hasn't been balling, but he's number 2 at net worth. He's 3, 4, and 4. He's found enough farm. Lotus Orb's really close. Like NIP.
Yeah, there's definitely a wave shove problem, I think.
Dire's
inside of
middle tower
NIP.
is
It's a
under
wave
attack.
shove and a tower push problem.
Yeah.
You can make up for bad wave shove if you have good tower push, because sure, you can 5-man down
Radiant
lane and take the
structures
tower,
are
and then
fortified.
the natural flow of the
Dire's
game is going
middle
to help the
tower
wave
is
stay
under
in your
attack.
favor once you've like knocked down
Radiant's
those
top
towers.
tower
But
is
they don't
under
really
attack.
have their best wave player is like the Ember. Necrophos is okay. That was actually bad.
Radiant's
Right,
top
yeah.
tower has
but
fallen.
But as you saw, he just got punished trying to push out that bottom lane. And now they're going to rotate mid. Shackle shot does connect onto Era. They see Sineko though.
Radiant
False promise is
structures are
available. Cruiser
fortified.
connects on 3. Team is here. Set up in between the towers.
Dire's
Liquid
middle
might
tower
have gone
is
too
under
deep.
attack.
Oracle Necro. It's a nice combo, but it does cost him Sineko. Beautiful Coddle ult to set up this fight, and this looks like it's going to be Liquids to take. Supreme on the run. Big A trying to dive.
Dire's middle
Will
tower
be
is
there.
under attack.
How deep do they want to go? They force a buyback from Era now. Bat Rider with the lasso. They're going to try to shut down
Radiant's
Era,
top
and they've
tower
got
is
plenty
under
of
attack.
damage.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Era just blinked up there with Echo Ring.
Another chaotic fight. Ends up a 2 for 2, but with the buyback, oddly enough, still ends up being a small gain for NIP, but it is Liquid that have broken this game open.
Dire's
the
bottom
aggressors.
tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
even with buyback costing like 500 for Era, he only ends up losing like 100 with his involvement when he got back, I think. Duel's now done too for Saberlight. Oh, what a blink for Insania. So he's just going to play way back and try and make sure that he's not going to get grabbed up there by Saberlight on that Bat Rider. Is there anything better than Blink first this game for Insania? It protects him from the Shaker. It protects him pretty well from the Ember and the Bat Rider just because he's going to play so far away from the team fights. Seems alright. I guess Glimmer would be the debate, right? Because there's a Necrophos, an Ember, a Shaker. Glimmer versus Necrophos, obviously extremely good.
Pretty darn good against Bat, too.
Yeah. Maybe he'll go it next. He does like his Glimmer Caves.
It's interesting how we talked about Oracle Necro from the healing perspective, but it's also cool how you can use Purifying Flames to get people within threshold for a Reaper Sight to get the kill, and not really be worried about the healing over time. You know, that's a cool mechanic. Hunting.
Saberlight pops. Right on the target.
I don't know if that's the target they wanted, but follow-up is here. Insania drops the Ignis. Survives. And now they're going to go in under the Echo. He gets the
Radiant's
false
middle
promise.
tower
He'll
is under
survive.
attack.
NIP now in retreat. Sineko does manage to TP out. Saberlight getting knocked around.
Killing spree.
As Charlie falls on the low ground, they're going to get 3 out of this. A failed gank for NIP.
Nice turnaround there with a double shackle from Taiga.
They only got 2, my bad.
And obviously the Will-O-Wisp pretty big for that one. And that's going to be easy
Dire's
tower
middle
and
tower is under
potential.
attack.
They could have roached instead, I guess, but the tower is kind of free. They're actually smoking bot. Oh, this is nice. They're looking for the split pusher, and they are completely correct. The screen's going to be down here. Not expecting this one at all.
Great shackle opener. They've got
Dire's
the
structures
stun lock,
are
and it's a
fortified.
3. Taiga
Dire's middle tower is under
showing us
attack.
what Wind Ranger's all about.
That's that ward right there. That's what that is. Right up on the high ground. Easy peasy. Dude, that was a sick smoke.
Dire's bottom tower is under
You don't get the
attack.
tower, but you kill a core and you like put them off their footing. Unfortunately, they also scan behind the tower. See, there's no one else, and they decide not to push that either. So, what a nice
Dire's
get both
bottom
the
tower
tower
is under
pressure
attack.
and the Ember, and not lose your Coddle.
Senia with a blinding light. Now Ty, is this going to be the one at a time syndrome? Boxy does complete the TP. Koikpa TP's in, or blinks in rather.
Dominating,
Saberlight
I guess.
goes down, and they want more. Now Era on the run. No blue
Dire's
dagger
middle
available.
tower is under attack.
Looks like Fissure might be enough.
Ember's back, and the Echo's there. feels good though. Again, they're just catching them when they're not at full strength, right? Like, sure, we lost our coddle, but we know your Ember's still dead, so we'll all TP in here because there's not that much punish.
Wow, how things have turned. I mean, I did talk a lot about NIP's ways to initiate, but Liquid also have quite a few between the Shackle, the Centaur.
Every coin helps.
I mean, at a certain point, Bristle just running at you is a pretty effective form of initiation.
Bounty.
It felt like they did such a good job of shutting down the Bristle early on, and they did, but the thing about Liquid that's different from a lot of other teams, especially Insania, is that he never stops stacking. He stacks the whole damn game, you know?
Yeah.
The only person who does as much as him is like Z-Freak sometimes when he was like playing the 5-2, was he was just going nuts on the stacking. Because they see the value in it. It gives your hero so much.
And especially, as we mentioned, as hero kills are just not worth as much as they used to be, it feels like this strategy is rewarded even more now. Like, yeah, you killed our Bristle 2 or 3 times, but all the gold that I've accrued through these stacks that we're pretty much guaranteed to take, it's better for us.
I'll sack so many of those stacks, too. All right, another initiation mid lane on the Charlie. Oh, that tree!
Aghanim. That was a robbery. But will this Aghanims be the game changer? Now Shackle connects. He does have the blade mail on, but Mickey just does not care. This Aghanim does not seem to be changing by night. Charlie Insania. They're going to go in on to Seneko. He'll false promise himself, but it just buys him a little bit of time before taking that first class ticket back to the grid.
Mega kill.
That'll be 2 dead on the side of
Dire's
NIP.
middle tower is under
Liquid
attack.
erupting with more momentum here. That was also the reveal of the Orchid on the Queen of Pain.
That was excellent too, to force that Yules and then guarantee it with a Sonic Wave. Because sure, he looks really low, but he was going to come down, pop Growth Shroud again, and a 20 charge wand, and he would have been like full HP on that Necrophos. So Quinn just says, screw it, I don't care if it's a single target with my Sonic Wave. It's worth it to kill the Necrophos because then they can't contest us. We can go right into the Roche Pit. Because Arrow was waiting for this big Echo Slam. Now he's going to try again, but Boxy's standing in the way. Hello.
Roche 2k HP. This is a little risky, but NIP won't be able to contest it. Lasso comes out. Roshan falls, and it's just picked up by Mickey. Boxy in pretty deep, but reinforcements not far away. Perfect
Radiant's
positioning on
bottom
this
tower is
Centaur.
under attack.
Mickey's here. He's ready to party. The Centaur does get put down with the Reaper's Scythe.
Radiant's bottom
The
tower is under
buyback from
attack.
Centaur. Quick comes in. They're trying to finish off Charlie. He's stunned up, and he's still alive. The Aghanim's coming into play for sure.
Radiant's bottom
There's the
tower
blade mail,
is
but
under
now
attack.
without that shroud, not going to be able to live. The turn back, Mickey very low, but still holding the Aegis. That's the Aegis of the Immortal. He'll be coming back on the
Radiant's
other
top
side of
tower is
Shackle
under
onto
attack.
Saberlight, trying to finish off Koifa, who is going to burn down.
Catacombs.
I think this is good for NIP.
Yeah, they took the
Radiant's
Aegis
top
too.
tower is
And
under
I think
attack.
they're getting out of here.
Force a buyback, get the Aegis. Let's take a look at the recap. And it is about a 1,300 swing.
Oh my god.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
5 shackles are thrown up by Taiga there, and I think he hit 3 of them at least. It was pretty good. This one that was pretty punishing right at the start that might have saved Boxy's first life, but they were just not positioned in a good way for him on the Dire team. Saberlight, man, Saberlight plays these fights so well. I can't believe he got out of there. He was like bobbing and weaving in the middle of that engagement and still doesn't have that BKB, but still feels so tanky just because of the movement speed he's got and then its ability with the Force Staff and the Blink to just be so slippery. Ember still doesn't feel that scary. He's just getting Deso. Oh, and they just got the Orb of Destruction too.
Oh.
All right, Ember finally hits people now.
All right, so Paladin Sword and, ooh, the Quickening Charm comes out for Bristle. I imagine you give that to Quap. Yep, she'll take it straight away. And Bristle still with an Imp Claw for now.
Not the best item for his. It's okay. But it's not, I don't know, it doesn't really synergize with a lot of the other stuff in your kit. But their other items aren't that great either.
Yeah. Gotta love that Orb of Destruction, though. 20% slow on melee. Ooh. Okay. Do a little carefully. He does have a lot of armor. Part of the reason why I like this Lotus Orb so much. You see that with Bristle sometimes, where you just look to max your HP, then you realize, oh wow, if I had some armor.
Denied.
He's just got a great, well-rounded build right now. Plenty of regen. You got some status resistance with the S and Y. I like this a lot.
It's all about the Abyssal, too, these Bristle games. That's where the hero gets kind of crazy.
Yep. It isn't
Die.
oh,
I'll
we're gonna see
scan.
the last set. Doesn't catch but one. It's Boxy the target, though. He's pretty tanky. Still has the Stampede. Pops the pipe. Charlie does get the false promise, so Necro will survive for now, but that means Sineko is going to be a target.
Dire's top tower is under
Bristleback going in
attack.
as far as he can. Charlie survives for now. Another long, drawn-out fight. Both sides are 5 alive, but the Necro will be the first to give. 50 seconds on the sideline.
Any deader.
They were just out of tools to save him.
The Will-O-Wisp works hilariously well with the Wind Ranger, I have to
Dire's
say.
middle
'Cause
tower
like
is
Taiga
under
blinks in,
attack.
and he's just like waiting. He's like, wait, I can just literally wait for them to be pulled next to each other. He just stands there and shackles them. And it's still Echo Slam here, so they can't be too gung-ho here.
Another shackle robbery.
That was a robbery. How
Dire's
he's in the
structures
forest,
are
man. Like,
fortified.
Jeez.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And now the basher on Bristle.
Radiant structures
So how you feeling
are
about Bristle,
fortified.
Strat? You were pretty negative. All I heard in the draft was, I don't like Bristle. Bristle underperformed. Bristle this,
Dire's
Bristle
middle
that.
tower has
I
Idea
fallen.
bet
win here.
teams don't do a very good job of stacking for him.
So
I think
that's
Liquid's
it.
done an excellent
The
job.
key to it here is Insania's unyielding ability to stack nonstop, and that's what did it. Is that the hill you're
definitely
willing to
feels
die
good
on?
to me.
Okay.
I'm high on stacking, yeah.
Radiant are
I
scanning.
can't disagree with that.
On top of
Certainly.
that, I think the lack of push, not only hero-wise, but also discipline to just run down towers, might have been a
Dire's top tower
factor
is
in the
under
earlier
attack.
game for NIP. They're not out of it by any means right now because they still have this like crazy good pickoff potential, but it feels like they gave Liquid way too much space in this game. And they tried to cut it off too. Like they had such good vision in the early game, cutting off these paths between the jungles. But they just weren't able to like secure it enough through tower pushing.
Yeah, Shadowblade is coming for the Earthshaker. You never know. Now, this could turn into a Silver Edge trend. And then,
I mean, I don't even worry that much because they have Batrider. I mean, Bat's pretty good versus the...
oh, no shackle connection, but Saberlight's still low. The bash and the Bristle helping out quite a bit. Mickey not too scared. Now on the other side, Stampede gets used. Boxy just jumps right in. Beautiful jump in, sets up a great quaffle.
They're unstoppable.
But they actually go to Centaur first in exchange for the Ember. It looks like NIP are running low on resources. Donovan flips Sineko, but he does survive. Now blocking deep echo from Era.
Dire's
Two
bottom
core
tower
kills
is
on the
under
side
attack.
of Liquid. And somehow Sineko is still alive. The Bristle just can't finish him off. That ended up being a
Dire's top tower is under
at
attack.
least for now.
Yeah, can they get the big one though? Good bounce up here. I think.
Saberlight needs to be careful. He goes down to the ponies from Insania. This Bristle is so scary. They might actually have slowed him down enough now, though. Era comes in. Oracle cleansing out Charlie.
Oh my God,
Buyback
they're trying
from
so hard.
Saberlight.
Oh, look, he came in.
India.
He bounced the Taiga.
Now the TP from Taiga.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Despite the great TP from Saberlight, Mickey might still be okay. There's no lasso for 30. They might have finally got him here, Trent. This is one long chase. And now out of resources, they get the 6x streak on Mickey. Saberlight.
Radiant's middle
600
tower
gold
is
to
under attack.
try to make that buyback worth it.
Yeah, I would say that's pretty worth it.
Wow.
Only gonna cover
Radiant's
Taiga,
middle
too.
tower has
I just
fallen.
can't believe how well that went for NIP in general.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty over. Once they did the refresh shackle, do you see that? And they shackled, and then Insania
Radiant's
shocked
middle
Taiga.
tower
They shackled
is
him
under
again
attack.
while the Ember died. So then Sineko was double shackled and still lived. And that was after, I think he was part of that jump in from Boxy.
I guess Koikba just went too deep. We got punishment marked by that. So Batrider jumps in. They hit the Yule Scepter to try to counter-initiate. Insania is going to go down. Didn't have an ultimate anyway. And now Sineko gets brought down in exchange. NIP going to get a bit too much on the high ground. Saberlight maybe in some trouble, but Liquid not going to get caught out of the base.
They have
Boxing
sight.
heads for the hills.
They have vision. Oh, this is tempting.
Pin.
Oh, he was going to dunk him. Did you see that?
He wanted it. Shackle slowing him. And now NIP going to be forced to retreat. All right, so it ends up just being a support trade.
Oh, it's a good game, guys. This is already better than our first series combined. Oh, they need a breather. They're like, whoa. A little too good here, guys. We gotta slow down.
Let's slow it on down here, gang.
Let the people take a rest. You guys have probably been glued to your screens because of all this action.
Well, these fights have also been particularly stressful where you have these really beefy heroes that are on these long chases. You got this Necro going one way and then this Bristle on the other side, and they sustain for a really long time until they run out of items or spells, and then they just fall over. It's a...
And they're very spread out fights, too. It's really hard to grasp who's winning during them. I feel bad for our observer.
That is true. Shout out to Dota Pit for providing production and an observer.
Yes, thank you very much. I know it's hard online with like the syncing and everything, but it's great.
Yeah,
it's great for us. Makes your job a lot easier.
I don't mind doing obs for all of the game outside of the giant team fights, but for the 5v5 team fights, it makes it so much easier to call the action when I can look at whatever I want, you know, not have to think about, okay, I'm controlling the viewer's perspective into this. It's too much to focus on during a team fight. I like the freedom of being able to just follow whatever thread feels right.
Ah, and back he comes.
You spoiled ass analysis people. Being able to look at whatever you want.
It's pretty great, I'm not gonna lie.
There's a DD on Supreme right now. Tossing the bottle.
All right. Let's see. I have not looked at Dota Plus yet. Don't look. We have to decide who we think is going to win. Or who do we think Dota Plus is going to have the percentages on?
I think Dota Plus is like slightly favoring Liquid. I think it's surprisingly low given that they've taken control because it'll favor the Ember, Necro, Batrider late game.
I was going to say 61% Liquid.
Oh, that's pretty much what I'm thinking.
68% Liquid.
Scanning.
We were close.
We're in the ballpark.
That sounds pretty fair. I would maybe lower it a hair.
Really? Okay.
Well, 68. I think 68 is like a little high. I thought maybe 65 initially, and then I thought that almost felt too high, so I lowered it down a little, but
I don't know. I liked this NIP draft a bit more when I saw it like after the drafting phase was done, and I'm still impressed at how well Mickey's done, even with the stacks and everything. Like, he's handily #1 on net worth. We're 35 minutes in, and this Bristle is straight carrying this game right now. He's going to have the Abyssal Blade. Gone are the days of Bristle being like an undying. You know, okay, you're insane for 15 minutes, then you fall off.
Yeah.
He's maintained the momentum. I'm very impressed with this Bristleback. And in turn, it's making it challenging to read how this is going to go.
I mean, the buff to Abyssal Blade made Bristleback way better. Like the jumping category, like Bristle never had anything like that. And then it just became this god tier item on Bristleback.
I think it's a sleeper item on those traditional off-lane-esque heroes. Like Axe is another example. I've seen people do it in pubs, not really in pro, but having another gap closer, having an excuse to build a Vanguard and then build it into something, all those things feel really, really nice.
It's quite the item. And now they're going to smoke up.
Rune of double.
They know the Roche is there, I'm sure.
I think...
Oh, they saw that? They're pinging. They saw the quills. Oh, they saw him building his Warpath stacks on the ward. So Saberlight's looking to block it.
Oh, they're going to catch him, though. There's that Abyssal. Man, do they have the follow-up? They don't. The Orange are looking to have to use the ultimate. Now Lasso comes down. The kill box. Survive. The original sight is there. Immediate buyback. As an AKB ult, they do bring down the Saberlight. Now 5v4.
A dominating performance. Well, this is Gabe Newell. Double kill. Thanks for playing Dota 2.
Another long drawn-out fight as Seneko goes down. Vic A deciding how deep he wants to go. 2 for 2. They love this kill on Charlie to give them an advantage. I think Liquid need a little more to make this worth it after the buyback. And now they lose Taiga. They come in to kill Charlie. But can Supreme finish off Meke? This is going to be a tall order. Meke very low, just sustaining for now, and he is going to live.
Oh, the Lotus. It's too good. And that's his last Vessel charge, so he can't even try chasing any further. Oh, man, that was so good. I can't believe fast boxing it back there after that buyback. He just zoomed his way back over
Dire's
to this
middle
team
tower
fight.
is under attack.
Oh man, Taiga, what an excellent stun. He ended up dying for it, but he got in there and stopped that save when they were trying to bait Saberlight and it wound into that Will-O-Wisp and everything. He was trying to like break it up so that then Saberlight could go nuts on the rest of the team fight with all the Firefly and everything, but he got shackled and then couldn't get the false promise off when he wanted it.
So, all right, we got a taste of... This is what I don't understand about Silver Edge, dude. You don't buy it against Bristle. So he's always been my #1, like, oh, if you're going to break somebody, I mean, come on, that's the hard counter. And here we've got the Shadow Blade, and Era says, no, I need the BKB.
Well, think about what he is, right? He's a support shaker. Like, how is he really... I don't know. I think with, like, the Will-O-Wisp and the Stampede and the various saves, like, the likelihood of you getting a, like, oh, I'm going to Echo Slam, activate my Silver Edge, and then we're all going to kill him is just... not that high.
Well, the fights haven't really gone that way, though. It's not like it's the one cataclysm and then it just ends. It's been these long series of kind of 2v1s that morph as people rotate around and find other opportunities. So,
right. And that's why it's bad, because the break only lasts for what? Like 4 seconds?
Yeah, but you could combo with like the lasso, for example. Right now, they cannot catch the Bristle because they just can't kill him. But if you lasso him, pull him back, and then hit him with it, and then drop the combo, there's a world where you could kill him.
Pretend there was a hero that didn't have Bristleback, and he had 3,190 health and 23 armor. Do you think that he's still gonna die?
With a Necro on your team, yes.
Yeah, but they have the Will-O-Wisp and everything. They have all these big saves. This guy doesn't have a BKB
Dire's
on the
top
Necrophos,
tower
so he's just
is
getting
under attack.
silenced and stunned up. And like he doesn't have Greaves, he can Yules himself, but
I would agree. BKB on Necro would be a key aspect of that work.
I just don't think it's realistic to think that you're going to get a break on this Bristleback and kill him in that window. To me, it's more valuable to play Earthshaker the way you're supposed to and wait for the more opportune Echo Slam and not try and be the hero who kills Bristleback.
That's for me.
Invisibility.
You know?
Well, like so that last fight, for example, after the initial pickoffs were done, it was just the Bristleback show running around. Like, aren't those the moments where Silver Edge stops him from being able to play that kind of one-man show when it's broken down in that kind of way?
Yes.
I see what you mean in the actual 5v5 fights. Yeah. It's tricky.
I just think the likelihood of it working out are pretty less in your favor than BKB. Now. Listen, there's going to be a smoke fight here, Zyra. There's no time for this.
All right, let's see this Bristleback not get killed again. That's perfect initiation. They're just going to get a freebie on the Ember? No, not quite.
Oh, Mickey's got the flicker.
Mickey still on the front line. Now he's going to run in onto Charlie. NIP in a really awkward position here.
Dude, he would actually get broken so hard right now.
They're trying to figure out this back line, and they might have gotten it. Now Supreme Fox and BKB, they got it. These 2 points at once now. Saneko's actually going to be the first to die. Now let's take heat from Boxy so they can reset. This is working out so well for Liquid. Now Supreme does not have the BKB. That's insane. It drops the ult, tries to knock Charlie in.
Killing spree.
Supreme
Double
is
kill.
Dead. Now at 5v3, they're going to get chased down. Charlie's dead. Saberlight gets dashed.
A dominating performance. More than 2 kills, but less than 4 kills.
It's over.
Wow. I mean, that was a great initiation from Liquid. You know, they used the Abyssal to catch the Ember to get things started, and you could tell NIP were just not... They weren't on the same page. They were too spread out, and that time it did not work in their favor.
Yeah, it was like a full wraparound combo with a great initiation.
Yeah.
Not the angle they were expecting.
I think against the Silver Edge trend. My point is that at some point you're going to have to kill this Bristle or you just fucking lose the game. And it's looking like this game might end before this Bristle dies again. You see where I'm coming from, bud?
Yes and no.
Are there any tools to kill him? I mean, is this just the point where he's at critical mass and unless they get this perfect initiation, like what is the strategy
Dire's
to deal
middle
with Bristle at this stage when he's got this
At this point, you would have been hoping for lasso on the
Dire's
site,
structures
like
are
when he's
fortified.
high grounding, but obviously he
Radiant
has Aegis now,
structures
so.
are fortified.
I mean, even without
Dire's
the Aegis, I
middle
don't know that he'd be
tower is
playing
under attack.
positionally much different right now. He's got a 10-second BKB. Mickey's straight rolling.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's
Snake
middle
is pushing that
barracks are
bottom
under
lane.
attack.
Things are totally under control here.
Should be melee barracks. 1 more. We need one more.
Dire's middle barracks.
Cardi's
has fallen.
helping out. So still tier 2 standing in the side lane.
Much
So
appreciated.
Liquid just back on out. One more barracks. 14K net worth in their favor. Pretty wild. It's only 4 hero kills, but 14K net worth.
I mean, a lot of their kills were in the later parts of the game too, right? Because they had a fairly large kill deficit, I feel like, at the start of this game. At least it felt that way.
Up to about 90% now on Dota Plus.
Yeah, that I can definitely agree with. In fact, I'd put it higher at this point.
Dire's
Unless this
bottom
Ember can
tower
go
is under
insane split
attack.
push mode.
Feels like Liquid's game to
Dire's
throw. That's the way
bottom
I would
tower has
qualify it
fallen.
right now.
Yeah.
Certainly still possible for NIP, but you're banking on Liquid making some kind of
Bright and breezy.
big time mistake. Also, a gem in the hands of the Centaur was stolen. It's actually Era's gem that he's picked up. But
Yeah, I
now
think Saberlight was carrying that.
vision control, and it'd be an issue for NIP, no doubt.
They do have the ninja gear here on the Saberlight, which is a really nice item.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Set up on the Centaur. All right, there you go.
All right, now let me tell you something.
That's 140 seconds on the sideline, dog. That's a dieback and a Reaper sight. All right, this could be good.
Yo, get out of there.
Mickey, he's actually fallen pretty quick. The BKB on from Supreme. And he found some damage all of a sudden. This is a fight, but Quinn drops a huge ultimate. They trade Siniko for Taiga. Where's the Echo? Mickey now on the run. They want to finish up this kill. This would be a big one if they can find it, and I think they will. Mickey.
It's still just official the early ages, so he has to hold the echoes.
Yeah, you
Get the creeps! Get the creeps on it! No! Bring the creeps on
He
there!
gets off the BKB. They can't echo it now. Mickey still on the front lines. This man is unstoppable. Still 100 seconds on the Centaur. It is a 3v4. Queen and Pain comes back down. There's the echo, but Force Staff gets her up to the high ground. Koikla gets knocked back down by the flame break, looted, and the Koikster will fall. Now Mickey left all alone. He's going to try to TP. That will not work out. And they might have actually killed this Bristleback. He gets lassoed. He's stunned up. Blinds are just not going to do it.
Killing
That
spree.
flame break? Not
Double
gonna
kill.
happen. I got nervous for a second.
My God, they did it, dude.
Yeah, that's 4,500 net worth swing. About 13,000 XP gain for NIP. And this game is now even. That's no buyback on the Bristle for 80. And NIP might be able to go high ground and do some damage.
Shout out to Ninja Gear, dude. Helping the Bat Rider be all sleuthy and sneaky and just 100 to 0 death on Boxy. Now, to your credit, this sets our
Radiant's
okay, he only
middle
has 10
tower
armor,
is
to be
under
fair,
attack.
but he died pretty fast in that,
He did.
in that lasso.
I mean, at this point, you got to get him to 50%. That's pretty much what Reaper Scythe is at. You know, get him at 45%, whatever that threshold is. That's pretty cool.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And also good, like normally you'd say, you don't want to
Radiant's
catch the
middle
Centaur,
barracks
but
are
they
under
knew that he
attack.
didn't have buyback.
Did they?
Well, maybe it was cooling down, but
Yeah, it
it
was-
didn't when they killed him.
No, he ticked into it, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Radiant's
Well,
middle
it's even
barracks
better though if
has
he
fallen.
buys back and then you kill him again with Reaper Scythe. I think he's out of the game for like 160 seconds or something. It's like a Warlock ult cooldown.
No,
So, yeah,
they
you
want
might
that
be right.
+1. They see the ward in the base, though. Saberlight's like, someone's going to come for this thing, but they were
Whoa.
ready.
Whoa,
Radiant's bottom tower is under
that
attack.
was scary. Saberlight's brave. All right, well, this is where the game gets very interesting, dude. 3K net worth lead. The Dota
Radiant's
Plus is now
bottom
back down
tower
to
has
62%. NIP right back in it. They get this other tier 2 tower in the bottom lane.
I don't know, though. Can they do it again? I'm doubtful. I'll be honest. I don't think this game has changed as much as the numbers say.
And if Centaur had a buyback there, I think that fight would have looked very different.
Well, now he also has a BKB, too.
Radiant
I think,
are scanning.
and now there's also a Blink Scythe on Insania, who has plus 200 cast range. Let's see the range of his Scythe. Yeah, give me a break, dude. Look how stupid this is. He can Scythe from that far away.
Dire
With the
are
Blink
scanning.
Dagger as well.
Yeah.
Wasn't that talent nerfed too, the 200 cast range?
Yeah, it was, but it was 350 before, but now he's the telescope too. So he basically has the old talent. A little less, in fact.
The fight potentially. Charlie in the front lines. Liquid gonna catch the initiation this time. Charlie down low. They've got a lot of stuns, but they can't finish him in time. Now the counter initiation. BKB popped by Mickey. Who's actually going to be the target of choice? The Bat Rider up to the high ground. Not enough damage for the kill on Quap, so she blinks away. It's Era on the low ground. Taiga, he's actually going to be the first to fall. Now the Ember Spirit very low, but killed by Boxy. This fight right back the other way in favor of Liquid. They do have buybacks available, but holding damage. The Hex now comes onto the Necro. Follow-up stun, a lot of damage, and Charlie's down.
Did they get anybody? No. I'm sure if maybe there's a buyback I missed. Oof. Double scythe that fight from Insania. Locking down the Necrophos right at the end, too. Just far too difficult.
Dire's
And
middle
also the fact
barracks
that
are
Aaron
under
wasn't getting any
attack.
done was pretty painful.
Dire's middle barracks.
Okay, so there's tier 2s in the side lanes. They have buybacks. This is an interesting conundrum for Liquid. Do you just push out side lanes?
Dire's middle
Look at
tower
Saberlight,
is
dude.
under attack.
All right, they're going to force the buyback to go into the win. There
Dire's
is a glitch for the
structures
Dyers.
are
There's no
fortified.
way they finish here. Is there? If you burn all these
Should buy
buybacks.
They're basically trying to scare them off.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
All right, so there's two. That's all the buybacks now. And Sineko able to live. Both promises himself. Liquid will start to back out as they pop the BKBs. Happy with the economic damage, but they might get forced into a fight. BKB comes, no lasso for 55. Charlie in the front lines looking for a sight. They catch it onto Mickey, but it's not enough damage. Now the Stampede. Liquid sounding the retreat. Shackle onto Saberlight. They're going to get away with this. All 5 still alive. They force 3 buybacks and even get a tier 4 on top. That was like a 6K swing just in buyback.
Every coin helps.
Radiant's
Shackle
top
shot
tower
talent
is
makes a
under
big
attack.
difference. I could feel that in that fight. The plus 0.8 seconds.
4.6 seconds is a long time to be stunned, Trent.
Yeah.
It's like a primal roar from a Beastmaster.
Deceptive
More, actually.
rune
I
of
think it's only
invisibility.
4.25.
Whoa! What?
Radiant are
Actually,
scanning.
it was a flat 4. Never mind.
On 2 heroes, nonetheless. Huh?
Oh, we got a tome on Charlie. What's he gonna look for here? Death Pulse down to 3 seconds or the Heartstopper? Heartstopper is percent based. I could see the argument there. Let's see. Do. I feel like you go for the plus 0.5 because you're like also jacking it up, right? Yeah, let's go.
There you go.
Versus Bristle and Centaur, that seems kind of sick.
Sure does. The issue, though, is that it's over time. And even though these fights have been really spread out and drawn out, and it sounds like it'll be good, they're so spread out that it's not like you're getting Heartstopper ticking with the whole team while it's happening. So it'll be interesting to see if that makes any noticeable difference.
It does double during Shroud, and he has the Aggros.
Dire
That's kind
are
of cool.
scanning.
So what is it, like a 6% decay with the Ags and Go Shroud on? That is a lot. Initiation outside of the pitch. Shackle shot onto the Bat Rider. Follow up from Mickey. Saberlight does live thanks to the Oracle. Now he pops his BKB. They're going to jump in onto Sineko. BKB from Supreme. Buyback from Sineko as Boxy's getting clicked down low. Mickey trying to come in and save him, but click just enough as he clicks up.
Double kill.
BKB keeps it alive, and now Supreme gets turned on. He does not have a buyback. This could be the nail in the coffin for NIP. They can't take too much more in the way of losses here. Sineko has the ulti at about 15. Charlie desperately trying to live. Another follow-up damage from Bat Rider. Oh, the Lotus Orbs there. And I think they're going to find a counter kill. This Bat Rider just can't handle it.
Pin your eyes on Dimmy.
Looking to chase down Charlie. Bat Rider buys back.
Radiant's bottom tower
Only
is
one
under attack.
buyback remaining for NIP.
I'm surprised they're able to drive them off. Maybe they're just thinking about finishing that Roach, though, and indeed they are. With the Aghanims in there for Mickey, one would think. Although Taiga getting it would also be... actually, it's not the best game for the Wind Ranger one.
Radiant's
It's not a
bottom
lot
tower
physical.
is
I think
under
Mickey's the
attack.
best one. Although Saberlight's a pretty good axe too.
That's actually all of their buybacks.
Roshan has fallen to the ring.
Cooldowns. It doesn't get stats.
He got the magnets.
Okay, he gets away with it. Jumps up to the high ground. It's a 5v4, still no Ember. Snake
Dyer's
trying to do what he
courier
can to
has been
survive.
killed.
Does grab a courier.
They have to fight. He doesn't have buyback on the neutral.
Charlie lives. Aaron gets off the dunk before he goes down. Where's the damage going to come from now? They have to get some of these kills. Charlie's still deep in the back line, sustaining, but they just can't kill anything. Mickey still topped off, full HP.
Killing spree.
Charlie shackled
Oh, no.
and killed. 3 dead without buyback, and Sineko will get chased down up top. NIP put up a hell of a fight, but they are now in big, big trouble. GG gets called. There it is.
I wanted to see Saberlight use the agnums and try and drag to them in the fountain anyway. He didn't even apply the agnums to his hero.
Epic plays at the end of the road trip. They were in big trouble. They made the big play to try to keep them in the game. But
Yeah. I mean, that huge fight mid that they won, it was almost enough. It just came like 2 or 3 minutes too late to turn this game around, I think. Because the big items were already like about to come out on these heroes, like the Scythe on the Coddle and the BKB on the Centaur War Runner. If they could get that fight to actually like stop the production of those items instead, maybe they have a better chance. But I think just the too slow tempo there of that early game where it felt like they did such a good job again with that vision. I really like everything NIP did, but they just